Well, are you a pirate? That last video really stirred up some emotions, didn't it? And you know, that's what I wanted it to do. No one, it's a sensitive issue and no one in our group has really raised it or talked about it. So I wanted to just put it out there and get people's thoughts on it. And I've had, well, a lot of comments, 56 to be exact. That's the most amount of comments on any video I've ever made. So it's basically achieved what I wanted it to achieve. I wanted people to talk about it. I know I can't stop it. Nobody can stop it. It's only going to get worse. That doesn't mean we have to like it. And I really don't think you can call yourself a professional DJ if you're stealing music. You wouldn't walk into a record shop and steal records. That's basically what you're doing. It's stealing. Full stop. It's against the law. You can't argue with that. You can't stop it. So do what you want. I can't stop you. I don't have to like it. I could talk all day about some of the comments and responses I've been getting on here. And I don't think I'm the world's greatest DJ by any means of any imagination. All I'm trying to do is to share some of the experiences that I have to people that haven't had as much experience as I have. You know, if you just take whatever you think is good from my experiences, take whatever you think is good from Brian, Jonathan, any other DJ that you see on YouTube, just take all the good bits from all these DJs and hopefully that'll make you a great DJ. That's what it's all about. I'm not here promoting myself or thinking I'm the bee's knees to DJing. I don't know where all this is coming from. You know, I really don't. Some of these comments on here. And I can blame people that are downloading music and charging next to nothing for me losing business, because I have a perfect example. This is the God's honest truth. It happened 2 weeks ago. I was recommended by a friend to do his son's girlfriend's birthday party. So I quote $400. I don't get the job. And I said to my mate at work, I said, well, when you go to this party, which was last Saturday, I said, have a good look at the DJ and tell me what he's got and what he's using. And I saw him this week on Monday and he said, John, I was going to take a photo of it, but it wasn't worth it. All he had was a laptop, like no controller, no nothing, just a laptop on the table, and he described it as a set of traffic lights behind him which were flashing all night, a set of speakers. That's it, okay? That's it, that's all he had. And apparently he's been doing, you know, that group of friends, all their parties the last few months. He's charging $150. Now you can't tell me he's registered as a business. You can't tell me he's paying for his music. There is no way he's got his PPCA license, because out of the $400 I charge, I'm lucky to make $150 profit after I've paid all my fees. You know what I mean? Like, of course I can blame that. If he wasn't there, I'd have that job. Simple as that. Anyway, like I said, I could talk all day about this, but it's only going to make me angry. Now, if you play recorded music or music videos publicly, you need a license. I'm sure you do in most parts of the world, but we're talking Australia here, okay? So again, if you are playing recorded music publicly, you need a license. Now, it's important that you understand that there are at least 2 copyrights in each sound recording. Now, I'll try and get this right. First, there's a copyright in the composition. That's the notes and the lyrics. And it's basically called the musical work. And that is handled by APRA. I'll tell you who they are in a sec. Secondly, there's a copyright in each recorded version of the composition, which is called the sound recording. And it is usually produced by an artist and their record company, and that is handled by the PPCA. Alright, so what's APRA? What's the PPCA? Alright, APRA is the Australian Performing Rights Association, and the PPCA is not connected to APRA. The PPCA is the Phonographic Performance Company of Australia. It's a national, non-government, non-profit organisation. Represents the interests of Australian recording artists and their recording companies. I'm reading this in case you haven't noticed, because there's no way I could remember all this. The PPCA is authorised by its licensors to issue a blanket licence for the broadcast, communication and public performance of recorded music. What does all that mean? Okay, to put it in plain language, APRA does not license DJs or karaoke operators per se. APRA, they license the venue in which you will perform. Private functions, birthday parties, weddings, those sort of things, they're actually exempt from APRA licensing because they call it domestic use. So that's APRA. So what do APRA license then? Well, APRA license events. Right, if you're holding an event, you need to license that event. You know, if you're hiring a football oval and you're getting in a whole heap of DJs, charging people money to come in, that's an event and you have to license that. And it's actually really steep. They I think they take $2 a head. So, you know, if you've got 15,000 people going there, you have to pay them $2 a head. You have to pay APRA $2 a head. So it's like, what, 30 grand you've got to pay. So it's pretty steep. So that's what APRA does. They license if you want to use music on the internet, in a production, if you're having a play and you want to use someone else's music, they license that sort of thing. If you're making a recording for business use, like on a business video type of presentation, that sort of thing. Broadcasting music on radio, TV, that's what APRA does. So, if APRA are licensing the venues, why do I need a license? Well, the PPCA license allows you to play music publicly at a venue that does not normally require a license, like some halls. Not all venues have got a APRA license, so there is a tiny little loophole there. If you're working at regular venues all the time and you know they've got a license, well then you don't need one. But is it worth the risk? I mean, you'll get a job next week, the people at that venue don't have the license because they never play music in public, so they don't have a license. You go in there, play, and it would be your luck that an inspector would walk in. And these inspectors have actually got quite a bit of power. They can confiscate all your equipment on the spot, take it away. They can go to your house and search through your records, find out where you've been getting your music from. They've actually got a lot of power, these inspectors. So how much are these licenses? Now, if you're a single operator, DJ and equipment, they charge you, call it $195 per year to have this license. And if you have more than one system, then each second and subsequent system is, call it $97. So it's a fair bit of money. If you've got 15 systems, which some companies around here are bragging about, some of them are bragging about 30, so they have to pay $195 for the first system, and well, let's call it $100 for each system after that they have. So it's a lot of cash. So that's the licensing fees from the PPCA. Okay, so what you need as a mobile DJ is a license from the PPCA. I'll give you their link on the side. Read their website. Read it thoroughly, understand it, get your permits if you're a DJ and you're playing music or music videos publicly.